Good morning, students. Welcome back to Signals and System online video lecture series. In this class, I am going to talk about the derivation of the Fourier transform of a periodic signal from the Fourier series of a periodic signal. So, in the second unit, we have discussed the Fourier series, but the Fourier series is having some limitation. Fourier series can be used to represent the periodic signals only, periodic signals. And one more limitation of this of Fourier series is that all the periodic signals cannot be represented by the Fourier series. It has the two limitations. One is it can be applicable for only periodic signals. Second limitation of the Fourier series is that all the periodic signals cannot be represented, cannot be analyzed by the Fourier series. So that this is the two disadvantages. To overcome these disadvantages of the Fourier series, we are looking for the another transformation techniques. It is a mathematical tool that is called Fourier transform. Fourier transform can be applicable for the aperiodic signals as well as periodic signals. Some of the periodic signals can't be analyzed. Some of the periodic signals cannot analyze in the Fourier series, and those periodic signals can be analyzed and represented by making use of the Fourier transform. Here the point is very clear. The Fourier transform can use to analyze the aperiodic signals as well as periodic signals. So now in this class, I am going to explain the derivation of the Fourier transform. We know that the Fourier transform is the mathematical tool which is used to convert the time domain signal into the frequency domain signal. What is the time domain signal? If the signal is represented with respect to the time, then that is called as a time domain signal. If the signal represented with the frequency, then a signal is named as a frequency domain signal. But when the signal is represented in the frequency domain, it is more convenient to analyze that particular signal, because in the frequency domain signal, within a frequency band, we will come to know how much the signal strength is lied in that particular frequency band. So that if a signal is represented in the frequency domain, it is very easy to analyze. It is very convenient to analyze that particular signal. So that here we are using the Fourier transform as a mathematical tool which is used to analyze the periodic and as well as aperiodic signal. First function of the Fourier transform. Second function of the Fourier transform, and the Fourier transform can be used to convert the time domain signal into the frequency domain signal, in which we can easily study the behavior of a signal very easily. That is frequency domain signal is the very convenient way to analyze any signal. Now I am going to discuss the derivation for the Fourier transform of a periodic signal. We know that Fourier transform can be used to analyze the aperiodic signals, and from the Fourier series can be used to analyze the periodic signal. So that the derivation, we are going to have the Fourier transform of a aperiodic signal from the Fourier series of a periodic signal. I am taking one periodic signal. Consider this is a periodic signal. Periodic signal is nothing but when the signal satisfies the condition x of t is equals to x of t plus capital T, then that signal is named as a periodic signal. That means the periodic signal will have a definite signal pattern, and it will be repeated itself after the specific duration of time from the minus infinity to plus infinity. Then that signal is called as periodic signal. Now if you go through this given signal, This is a signal and it has been repeating, and from minus infinity to plus infinity, minus infinity to plus infinity, we can call it is a periodic signal. This is a periodic signal. We are going to convert, we are going to make it into the aperiodic, because the Fourier transform can be used to analyze the aperiodic signals. So here this is a periodic signal. Let the name of this periodic signal, I can call it is xt of t. Name of this periodic signal is xt of t, and it is a time domain, so it is a time domain signal, so that x-axis can be used to represent the time only. Here this is the origin, and the time duration, or the time period, that is we can call it is 0 to t, we can call. And after the 0 to t, the same signal has been repeating after the 0 to t, and the same signal has been repeating itself with the specific time interval, that is t seconds. So here this is a periodic signal, and we can call it is a periodic signal. We know that the Fourier series can be used to analyze the periodic signals only. But whereas Fourier transform can be used to analyze the aperiodic signal, so that by having the periodic signal, I am going to have the aperiodic signal. For example, if this t tends to infinity, that means what? I am going to have only this signal, whatever the signal I am having at the origin, that I can have, because I am saying that it is t tends to infinity, so that I can't get this signal and this signal. So that if t tends to infinity, obviously you can have only one signal at the origin on the both sides, so that this will be the aperiodic signal. Now I can call it is a periodic signal, and we can have the aperiodic signal from this periodic one by having the condition, that is t tends to infinity. T is nothing but what? It is a basic a basic time period, that is the time between the two consecutive signals, that is pulses, that is 0 to t. It is a time period, and if this t tends to infinity, this periodic signal will be converted into the aperiodic one, because the aperiodic signals can be analyzed and modeled by making use of the Fourier transform only. Here we are going to derive the expression for the Fourier transform, and the Fourier transform is nothing but it is a mathematical tool which is used to convert the time domain signal into the frequency domain signal. If x of t is a time domain signal, and the x of omega will be the frequency domain signal, and x of omega, in the previous class I have given the standard equations for the x of omega. X of omega is equals to integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of j omega t dt. That is the equation which is used to convert the time domain into the frequency domain. And this is the periodic signal, and by having the t is equals to 0, we can have the aperiodic signal from the periodic one. This is the aperiodic signal from the periodic one. So now here t tends to infinity. If this here to here, we are calling it is a time period, and in the second signal we are assuming t is equals to infinity, so that I can get the signal from here to here only, and this part I can't get, and this part also I can't get, so that I can have only the one pulse as a total signal, so that will be the aperiodic one, because the signal not at all repeating itself after the specific duration of time. So here this xt of t is a periodic signal, and we can call x of t is a aperiodic signal. Xt of t is a periodic one, and x of t is a aperiodic one. Then we can go with some assumptions to have the complete derivation. Let x of t is equals to, I can call xt of t is a periodic signal, and whereas x of t is a aperiodic signal. And this aperiodic signal, in what way we got the aperiodic signal? when t is equals to infinity, xt of t is a periodic signal, it has converted into the aperiodic one. Then I can write x of t is a aperiodic signal. X of t is equals to limit t tends to infinity. T tends to infinity of which signal? That is a periodic one, xt of t. And xt of t is a periodic one in which we are taking the t tends to infinity, so that it will convert as the aperiodic signal. That aperiodic signal we denoted with the x of t. xt of t is a periodic one, x of t is a aperiodic signal. So that from the second unit we know the Fourier series. From the second unit we know the Fourier series, that is f of t or x of t. Now we are going with the xt of t, it is a periodic signal, so that I can write from the Fourier series, I can write xt of t is equals to, we know that sigma n is equals to 1 to infinity. Cn is nothing but it is a component projected by the one signal along the another one, and that is a Cn into the, and Cn into that is x of t. Here we can call x of t is nothing but it is an exponential function e to the power of j n omega naught t. Now this is what it is, the this is nothing but it is the Fourier series. It is the Fourier series of a given signal. This is Fourier series of the xt of t, and this is the Fourier series. Now it is the xt of t, and this is nothing but Fourier series of the xt of t. Then Fourier series, we know how to calculate the Fourier series, how to have the Fourier series. We have studied in the second unit, that is nothing but f of t is equals to sigma n is equals to 1 to infinity Cn into xn of t. This is the standard formula for the generalized Fourier series. This is the generalized Fourier series. By making use of this one, we got xt of t, and where here we know that Fourier series, this is the Fourier series of the periodic signal, and where Cn is nothing but what? Cn is the component projected by the one particular signal along the another. If the theta is not equals to 90 degrees, if the theta is less than 90 degrees, that means both the x of t and f of t are the not orthogonal or non-orthogonal signal. Now Cn is equals is a non-zero value. If theta is less than 90 degrees, Cn is equals to, we can have 1 by t, where from this equation we can have Cn is equals to 1 by t integral minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, here to here minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, here we have, this is what it is, minus t by 2, it is plus t by 2, minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, then we can have xt of t, then we can have here x t of t, it is a periodic signal, into t, into we can have e to the power of, same thing we can have e to the power of minus j n omega naught t dt, and where omega naught is nothing but what? It is a angular frequency, omega naught is equals to 2 pi by t. So anyway, this is the thing we don't require actually, but we have to solve the particular derivation to have the Fourier transform. So that I am going to solve this one. Here the term Cn is, the amplitude of the component of the frequency n omega naught, so that I can cross multiply this equation, and what I can get by cross multiplying this one, I can get that is t into Cn, I can get t into Cn is equals to integral minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 xt of t into e to the power of minus j omega t dt. This is what we have. This here we are assuming let n omega naught is equals to omega at t tends to infinity. As t tends to infinity, we have omega naught is equals to 0. As the t tends to infinity, and this omega naught will be 0 only, because omega naught is equals to what? Here let assume, we are going with the condition, let assume n omega naught. Here about we have n omega naught is equals to simply omega. That means what? Here we are having n omega naught. We can replace this by omega, so that we have omega naught. Omega naught. Yet t tends to infinity. We can go with the t tends to infinity. By choosing the t tends to infinity, what is the formula for omega naught? Omega naught is equals to 2 pi by omega, and 2 pi by omega we are 2 pi by t, and 2 pi by t is nothing but 2 pi by infinity. It will be equals to 0. Then omega naught is equals to 0 at t tends to infinity, and the discrete Fourier spectrum becomes, it will be c into t into cn is equals to integral minus t by 2 to, we can take minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 x of t. Now we are writing t is equals to 0 when t is equals to infinity. This periodic signal will be converted into aperiodic. Aperiodic is nothing but x of t only, so that instead of writing xt of t, I have written xt of x of t into e to the power of remaining part is j omega, and we assumed what? N omega naught is equals to simply omega only, and j omega and t into dt. So here Tcn is equals to integral minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t dt is equals to, we can call this is a frequency domain signal. That means what? Tcn is equals to x of omega, where x of omega is nothing but, where x of omega represent the frequency spectrum of x of t, and it is called the spectral density function. So x of omega is called Fourier transform or Fourier integral of x of t. That means what? We have here, from this equation I can write x of omega is equals to integral, I can write minus infinity to plus infinity, I can write minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t dt. That means what? Now x of t is a aperiodic signal. X of t is a aperiodic signal on which we applied some mathematical operation, Now it is converted into the frequency domain signal. So this mathematical analysis is called the Fourier transform. Now we have it is a aperiodic signal and it is a time domain one. It is a aperiodic signal and it is a time domain signal. Aperiodic and the time domain on which we applied some mathematical operation, so that we got the signal is in the frequency domain, and this equation is called as the Fourier transform standard equation. That means what? By applying the Fourier transform on the x of t may be periodic signal or aperiodic signal in the time domain, so that we can get the x of omega, that is the frequency domain. So that I can write now the equation x of omega is equals to So I'm going with the one standard representation x of t. We have x of t may be the periodic signal or aperiodic signal. It is in the time domain one on which we applied the Fourier transform, so that we will be getting the signal is in the frequency domain. So that the Fourier transform is a mathematical tool which is used to convert the time domain signal into the frequency domain. The time domain signal may be the periodic signal or aperiodic signal. So that here we can write this by applying the Fourier transform, on the aperiodic signal or the periodic signal when they are in the time domain, and that will be converted into frequency domain by making use of the Fourier transform. So that what is the standard formula for the Fourier transform? Now I can go with x of omega is equals to just now we got integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t may be anything that is a periodic or aperiodic, but that will be in the time domain into the e to the power of minus j omega t dt. if you know x of t, that is any signal in a time domain, you can easily convert that is into the frequency domain by making use of this equation now. So x of omega is a frequency domain signal, x of t is a time domain signal. So here x of omega is called Fourier transform or Fourier integral of the x of t. So now from the standard equation of a periodic signal, we can write that is about xt of t. Standard equation xt of t is nothing but it is a periodic signal. From this periodic signal and from the Fourier series, we can write this one is sigma n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity Cn into e to the power of j n omega naught t. From the Fourier series, we can write this is what it is a periodic signal, and Cn is nothing but it is a component of the f of t along the ext of t. So that I can write this is xt of t is equals to sigma n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega by t into e to the power of jn omega naught t, because we know that here Cn t is equals to, what is the formula we have? Cn into t is equals to x of omega. We have just now we have seen Cn of t. Cn of t is equals to x of omega. From that we can write Cn is equals to, what we can write from the from this equation, Cn is equals to x of omega by t now. So now I can write this equation sigma n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega by t. I can take that is 2 pi. It is a time period that is e to the power of j n omega naught t into this is about t is nothing but 2 pi omega. So that we can write omega by 2 pi. So that I can write this is omega naught. That means what? T is equals to, what we can write, omega by 2 pi. Therefore, we know that x of t from the periodic signal, how can we convert that is into a periodic? By assuming the t tends to infinity. So that I am taking limit t tends to infinity, I am applying the same to the xt of t. And now I can get the periodic one, x of t is equals to, I can have limit t tends to infinity, 1 by 2 pi, sigma n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega into e to the power of j omega naught t omega naught. Here as t tends to infinity and omega naught is equals to 2 pi by t becomes infinite and similarly small, so that it may be represented by the d omega. Also summation becomes the integration, so that we can have x of t is equals to 1 by 2 pi, and summation will be the integration, that is minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega into e to the power of minus j omega t into d. That means what? This is the equation, Fourier transform equation to convert the time domain into the frequency domain. And this is the equation which is used to convert the frequency domain into the time domain, and this process is called as inverse Fourier transform. That means what? Fourier transform is used to convert the time domain into the frequency domain, and whereas inverse Fourier transform is used to convert the frequency domain into time domain. And finally I am giving the two equations for this one. If I am having the x of t on which I can apply the Fourier transform, so that I will get the x of omega. So that x of omega is equals to integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t d omega. And now I am going with the another one. I am having x of omega, frequency domain signal, on which I am applying the inverse Fourier transform, so that I can get the x of t. It is a time domain signal. It is a conversion from frequency domain to the time domain, and then this x of t is equals to, we can have 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega into e to the power of j omega t into d omega. So these two representation combinedly you can write x of t on which we can apply the f of t, that is a Fourier transform, so that you can get the x of omega. If you have the x of omega on which you can apply the inverse Fourier transform, then you can have the time domain signal, that is x of t. So this is mathematically we can represent this formula as like this. This will be represented like this: x of omega is equals to, that is what, Fourier transform applied on x of t, and whereas x of t is nothing but inverse Fourier transform applied on x of omega. These are the notations which are very, very important to study the further, to understand the further problems in the Fourier transform. This is very, very important question in the for the examination point of view. So students, everyone practice this derivation, and from this third unit, it is one of the important question, and we can expect the direct question in the university examination, that is nothing but derivation of the Fourier transform. That means what? Fourier transform can be obtained. Fourier transform can be obtained from a periodic signal of the Fourier series of a periodic signal. Likewise, you can go with the complete Fourier transform derivation. Thank you, students. Thank you.